I can't taste it.
You have COVID.
What? No,
So like I said, welcome back to my channel. Today we're drawing apples in a crate, and it's gonna be awesome. We are going to be drawing apples in a crate. So today we're gonna be using mixed media paper. So yeah, just choose supplies, come back with your supplies, and we'll get rolling. Hi guys, it's me. She's getting Janie and I still don't tell her that we filmed this, okay? Okay, so yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn my paper sideways actually. Yeah. I'm just gonna give us more room for what we're doing. So yeah, I'm only gonna focus it on mine for a second, guys, because I don't have enough camera room to focus it on all three of us. But I'll move the camera a little bit as we go on. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a big scoop for a bath, for a basket. And it's okay if your basket is deeper, wider, smaller, larger. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cap it off at the center. The top actually, not the center. And there we go. So now we have our little basket. Pretty simple, huh? We're gonna move your hand so we can see that. There we go. Okay, so the next step is, so back to our drawing. Okay, so I decided to do a voiceover for this next part, just because I wanted it to be very clear and understandable. So what I want you to do is kind of make a little even spacing from the top of your dish and make a whole straight line that comes out. Just like we did before in our big scoop, we made a line on the top, we're gonna make another line under it. So, I'm just gonna go over that one more time really fast, just to make the color a little bit more stable, visible. And so we have our big scoop and then our two lines creating like a barrier. So yeah, you can see Ruby's and Janie's, and Ruby's apple and my apple. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. The next thing you need to do is you need to take your marker, and you can follow along on the screen, and you're just gonna make a little dent coming out. Just like I did. I started making a line, and then I want you to make another scoop line like we did. So we're basically making just little lines. So now we have like another little section. We made two lines, big scoop, kind of like a straight line, but not quite. And then another big scoop. Sorry, that's kind of going off paper a little bit. Well, off your view. There we go. And then I'm just gonna go on the outside of my big scoop or my barrel and just like outline it just a little bit thicker so that it looks maybe just a little bit better. That would be the hope. And then once ready, let's go ahead and move on now. Okay, so, all right, so, sorry if it's a little bit echoey too, but the next thing we're gonna do is along kind of those boards we made, we're just gonna make those little round circle-ish like dots. And I'm gonna do that on the bottom too, and they're just regular little dots. You don't have to make a ton, but these are just some texture on the board. So once you've gone and completed that, let's go ahead and move on. Oh wait, first let me show you guys what Ruby and Janie have been doing. There we go. Okay, so the next step is you can go ahead and take your marker and, okay, so remember that we made two sets of boards with little holes. And now we need to, in between that, we're gonna make a straight line coming down. And then again, this is pattern. And then another one. And I'm going to, in a second, fast forward this, but all we're doing is making straight lines in between those boards, just like that. So you don't want to make your straight line on the little part where you made your dots, but you want to make your straight lines coming down in the area that has like, that's just blank. So let's go ahead and fast forward that. All right, so the next thing that I want you guys to do is go ahead and take your marker and right at the top, draw a line that comes out just barely, a straight line, but it needs to come out from the top of your barrel just slightly. And then you can go ahead and do that on the other side, just like Ruby and Janie have done. And this is going to become part of the handle for the basket. You can go ahead and totally skip through. I will leave the time frame up above for what you need to skip to if you don't want to make the handles, but if you're on to make some handles, then you can continue watching with me. And so we're also going to make, like you just saw, we're going to make a scoop that comes under it to connect. So now that's like a little smile kind of thing. So you're going to make a little smile that connects with your straight line coming out, and then a straight line that comes up, 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 and then it curves and goes out. Just like that. Now it's looking kind of like a spoon. Goes up and curves to the, I don't really know what this would be like on your screen, but it curves to the right on my screen and then comes out that way. And then you're going to come up, 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 in a straight line all the way up, and stop at the top there. And just wait 1 second. I'm going to show you guys what Ruby and Janie have done. Good job, guys. And then the next step is, oh wait, you haven't seen Janie's. There we go. Good job, Janie. Good job, Ruby. All right, so the next thing to do is to take your marker and make a straight line out that connects it, making it an upside down L, or I don't know, whatever you want it to be. So just make a straight line out that connects with. Okay, so we're totally ready to move on. And as you can see, I'm getting ahead of myself just a little bit. So from that line at the top, make a straight line that comes down. You want it to be just a few inches off from kind of like the start of your barrel. And then you'll make another mini line coming out, and then make that line come down in 1 second. But as you can see, basically, we've just made a little cute handle. And if you'd like to make this 3D, you're welcome to, but that's a whole different subject and a whole different level. So for now, we'll just leave it kind of just regular. So there you go. And we made another straight line out, and I know it looks a little bit odd right now, but later on, we'll realize that it's like a super cute handle. So I'm gonna go ahead and really fast go over this again, just kind of make the lines darker, and then we'll move on, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on. And so I've moved my camera angle so you can see the end of it. I really probably should have made that line just a little bit longer, but I'll fix that in a minute. So you can go ahead and make your scoop under for your smile, and then you can leave it at that for 1 second. And so you can see what I've done there. So I've simply just made my little scoop, and then you can make your line that goes out, 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 and then stop it there. And then after that, this is actually like pretty simple. So you've got a little bit of room up there. So then you need to make your straight line coming out. I'm gonna make that pretty wide line. And then you can go ahead in a second and bring that line going straight down. But actually, I'm moving my line in and to curve it a little bit to make it look more realistic, I guess. And so I still have a little bit of room, and so I'm going to make a line that comes out just a little little bit more. And another straight line coming down in 1 second. Yep, there you go. And we just finished the basket. And it's almost 3D. Like, the second line that we make is kind of the back line. But then, actually, from the inside, I'm going to make a line that comes down just a little bit more. And then that becomes more 3D. Do you see that? I made a slanted line that comes out from the basket, just like that, in the inside, to make it look much more 3D. And of course, I added a little dot up there to make it look nice. And so now I've got, it's almost like a little A, yeah. So then now I'm actually gonna make a little line that comes through the middle of my little hole, because that's gonna be for the back of the basket. And then we are not gonna draw over our handle, but we're gonna pretend that we are. And we're gonna take our finger and just pretend, and then we'll stop there once we get to the end of the handle. And then you can go ahead and take your marker down. Just kind of imagine where you think it to come out, and make a line that goes up, 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 up. And then I had a terrible camera angle there, guys. I am sorry. But then you make a line that comes down, 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 down to the other side and just end it there. And then go ahead and make another line inside that line. You can stop it just about there because that's where the apples will sit. So let's move on now. All right, you ready to make some apples? So you can keep using your green marker for now. And see, I'm just making a few dots for you. We're gonna start at the top, and we're gonna make a line that comes down. We're gonna make a little half circle. It's almost a circle for the apple, but it's not quite a circle because where the barrel starts in the front, we are actually just gonna pretend like we can see the apple from the, the apple's just under there. So we'll do that continually through a few more of these apples, just making them look like there's apples under there. So go ahead and make just a slight little smile under there. And just a slight little line, and then coming up from that, you can make a straight line that will indicate the stem. Have you ever seen this technique before? So from that little smile, make a line that goes up, 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 and then maybe back down. Or just maybe straight up, and then that's the top of your apple. And in a minute, we'll color our apples, but for now, we'll just imagine they have very pretty colorings, excuse me. So now we're gonna make another half circle, and this is really practicing having shapes in hiding. That's what I like to call them. They're shapes in hiding. They are definitely shapes, but they're kind of hiding shapes. Like we can't see all of that because one apple is in front of the other. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another little scoop line over there. And that one is another apple, and you just get to continue creating apples. And we are going to continue to make some apples. You can make some at the top, some at the bottom, make all different shapes, all different sizes of apples, and then in a minute we'll get to color them in. So continue making your apples look very pretty. And then I'm adding a leaf to mine, so if you want to add leaves to your apples, totally fine with me. Go ahead and add some leaves if you're drawing. All right, let's move on now. I know I keep saying that, and I don't really know why, but we can move forward after we are done making all of our apples. After I'm done fast forwarding here, then I'll start coloring in the apples. So you can use oranges, yellows. I don't really know if I've ever seen an orange apple, but I mean, it's okay. Some red apples, some green apples, whatever you like. So once we're done coloring in our apples, then we can move on. Cheers! Bye!
Bye!
Subscribe down below. Click that bell. Ring the notifications. Give us a subscription.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna cut this part out. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, subscribe. Ring the bell.